jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Big shout out to First in the building. Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. Comeback. This is going to be one of the ones. OG, what's good with the Blunts? The GOAT is on deck. Yes, sir. WCS for Michael J. White in the thumbnail. Man, y'all hit the like button ASAP. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Toby on deck. Salute WCS in the hottest chat on the YTC. We're global, baby. We're global. This grease will be hot tonight for the big fish and the aerosexuals. No doubt. We stay with the burners on. You know what I'm saying? We stay with them on, man. Don Vine is in the building. Salute. WCS in the hottest chat in the game. Carlos Rosado is in the building. What's good, Carlos? WCS salute. Yes, sir. NONAME is on deck. What up, family? Is that prime WCS? I was in my 40s right here, man. You know, I try to tell people, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I try to tell people what it was, man. Shit. I was in my 40s, man. On the Brown on deck. What's good? What up, good people? Salute. Haynes Legacy is in the building. Salute to you, Haynes. How the fam doing, bro? Dr. Paul, what's good with it in the building? WCS in the chat. What's good with it? How you feeling, man? Boxing God 7 is in the building. What it do, WCS? I see you on deck, man. I've been MIA for a bit. Wife had a heart attack. Thirsty. Gonna have some recovery now. Man, prayers to you, man. I ain't know that, man. That's tough. That's tough. Real talk. Dang. I thought you were saying she had gone. Dang. But many blessings to you. I'll be praying. No doubt about it. Damn, that's tough, man. That's deep right there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have a quick recovery. For real, you know? We blessed. I see you on the killing spree. I don't use harsh words like that. I'm just basically reviewing the attendance roster. That's all. That's all. So if y'all don't know, man, this live is pretty much about a family member of mine. I don't talk about too much. Michael J. White. As y'all know, my last name, Scotty White. You know what I'm saying? So this takes me back to a moment that me and Michael was talking when we was, in California. And as you see, that's me to the left. Like I try to tell people, I've enjoyed my life fairly well. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I enjoyed myself very well in life. I'm at a point right now where, you're going to get old. You're going to get older. But if you're content with what you've accomplished in life and what you was able to do, that's where it's at, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's where it's at. So, um, Michael J. White, man, good guy, no doubt about it, good guy, martial artist, man. I'm talking about the highest degrees of black belts you can imagine in multiple disciplines. Director, actor, one of the first black actors to play a superhero. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot, man. From his tough exterior, he's been able to play movies that takes him out of that comfort zone. Because they say, really, you limit yourself if you always playing. You're just a tough guy, is always ripped, shredded, got a physique, and the only thing you do is play tough comic roles and all that. So we've seen, Michael play in more subtle roles, you know what I'm saying, more passive roles rather than, the equalizer type roles where he's getting aggressive, physical, demanding, or being this guy that goes out here hunting for people or trying to protect people. You know what I'm saying? He's a multifaceted guy. Real talk. So recently, and shout out to him, man. Good times, good times, good. Um, Even with family, right? You have to sometimes hold them accountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying? And Michael is not my OG. You know what I'm saying? You won't hear me call him OG. You know what I'm saying? But he is a good dude, though. I had the opportunity to talk to him on several occasions over there, kicked it and everything. Very, like I said, multifaceted guy in life. And he's legit with his martial arts. Real talk. He's legit. I think he's 55 years old right now. So he just recently did a Vlad interview where Michael spoke and made a comment about a specific situation that a lot of people are talking about, right? Now, the fight happened almost two months ago. All right. The fight happened July 29, 2023. Michael is just now coming out with this claim, so to speak. Hold on for a second. He's just now coming out with this claim on what he heard pertaining to Spence. And it's pretty much falls in line with what a lot of naysayers were saying that didn't get what they want. And I'm going to let you listen to this piece of audio that Michael put out there when he was being interviewed by Vlad. And this is not his first interview. He does multiple interviews. He's done multiple interviews, but I want to let you hear what he had to say. All right. If y'all can do me a favor and understand, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side, 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 A-side official. Let's get to this audio, man.
I mean, listen, I had some inside information, and a good friend of mine who trains with Spence and was with Spence like a month beforehand is, pro Spence. He told me, nah, Mike. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you don't have it.
Okay. So what he just said was he has a close friend that's in the R.E.A.D.Y Spence camp. Now, when he initially said this, I said, okay, I know where this is going. When I initially looked at it without hearing anything from nobody else, I said to myself, I know where this is going because he's Michael J. White, and people looking at it like they're gonna tell him something. Just when I thought the world-class furniture store was goddamn signed, sealed, and goddamn you couldn't come, look, air couldn't get up in there. Just when I thought the security perimeters were sealed, god damn it. I'm talking about special forces come and look it over and say, Diddy James, you're good. We tried to breach a lot of areas around this furniture store. It just wasn't possible. I thought he had pretty much got SEAL Team 6, 7, and 8 to protect the perimeter. But just so happened they didn't do background checks enough because Michael J. White says somebody that works out with Spence in the team gave him intel. I'm saying to myself, you don't say. So they have a mole in the camp that spoke to Michael and told him, Spence don't got it. Spence don't got it. What? Spence don't got it. So I'm looking at this, right? I'm doing the time frame because we do work off a numeric simulation from July 29th, and we're sitting at 26 right now. News has broke that Michael J. White has said that a good friend of his told him that Spence, he's not there. You know, he's not the Spence. He's not the Errol Spence everybody's supposed to know. You know, he's not himself and all this, right? I'm gonna be honest, you know, like he's not the Spence of Spence. He's not the Spence of Spence, right? He ain't got it. He ain't got it. So when I heard this from Michael, I'm saying to myself, well, he had to be sparring. He had to be sparring. Because then Michael mentioned something about the months. Hold on for a second. Check this out. I'm about to break some news to y'all too.
I was like, what means with Spence, and was with Spence like a month beforehand?
Hey, he was with Spence a month beforehand. That's what he said. Peep how I'm gonna itemize this. I'm gonna itemize this audio. He said he was with Spence and he works out with Spence. So that person is a boxer. He said he was with him a month out. Okay? A month out now.
You know, Pro Spence, he told me, nah, Mike. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you don't have it. I was like, what are you talking? No, he said, Spence is not a shade of what he was.
Huh.
And this is before the fight. This is a while. He's like, I wish Spence would not take this fight. He's not ready.
Really?
Been in the ring with all that. And I was like, really? And then when I saw
what you just hear him say, let me rewind this, people. This is why I do what I do. Let me rewind this so you can hear what Michael just said. Let me rewind this back so you can hear what he just said.
Spence, Crawford, been in the ring with all that.
Really?
Been in the ring with all that. Been in the ring with all that. And been in the ring with all that. And I was like, really? And then when I saw Spence, Crawford, I'm like, oh, shoot. He don't look like Spence. And then after that fight, I realized he really is not there. His legs wasn't there. There was so much that was, I'm a big fan of Spence, and I followed. And, you know, he's had those accidents he's had. And so
what did he say? It just say, Michael said he had those accidents. Okay. He's going on. He said he had those accidents. That person that told him the information, being in the ring with Spence, he was with him a month out from the fight, been in the ring with him. Mike was talking about the accidents.
Sparring and the things that my friend saw.
The sparring, okay. Sparring, itemization. You know what I'm saying? Collect info. Been in the ring and sparred with him. Been in the ring and sparred with him. That debunks this. He didn't get no sparring in 6 weeks out as to why Michael was up here saying, oh, he ain't got it. He just the way I put it out there, he was sparring. Just like I told you all, this man was sparring. He was sparring. You know, you heard these cats go around here talking about 6 weeks out, he wasn't sparring. That's a lie. That's a lie. Just listen. All you have to do is listen to the video.
That, you know, he told me like a month before, he said he shouldn't fight.
A month before, his friend told him he shouldn't fight. because they had sparring and they didn't like the way he was looking. That's what I'm decoding from Michael.
And then you start putting it together and you go, think about this logically. Has Bud Crawford looked that dominant against anybody? And to do that with Errol Spence, not to try to take things away from Crawford.
And this is where it gets a little fuzzy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because he was looking up, he was trying to find his thoughts. And I'm gonna be honest. You know, sometimes you got to check family. And I'm gonna check Michael from a distance. On this part, and when you're looking up to the right, looking at your kinesis and all this shit, and I'm saying you're trying to find your thoughts. You're a martial artist. You are known to basically tell is if a person's fear is basically a window, is their eyes are a window to their soul. The tell if they fearful or not. When you was not looking straight ahead and looking up to the right and trying to grab hold of some type of thoughts. Look, if your friend told you what he told you, and then you saw the fight, you should be able to talk. You look at the interview. He's looking straight ahead every other time. All right. He's looking straight ahead every other time when he's talking because his friend told him true information. His friend told him true information. But when he started to explain about the fight in Crawford, that wasn't true. Why? Because he didn't know. All he was doing just going off what he heard. I don't care if he's a multi discipline martial artist or not, or actor, or whatever. That had nothing to do with this boxing talk. That doesn't mean you pay attention to boxing all the time. You're talking about he never did this to anybody. Let's go back and examine exactly what he said.
Because you do that with Errol Spence. And to do that with Errol Spence, not to try to take things away from Crawford, because against anybody. And to do that with Errol Spence, not to try to take things away from Crawford.
See how he's trying to dress it up and to do that with Errol Spence, not to take anything away from Crawford. That's exactly what you're doing. You're taking it away because you're saying he never did that to anybody, that's untrue. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. You're looking at a fighter who you're saying is better than everybody who Crawford fought. You all assumed that the competition he's been in there with was not able to prepare him to fight Errol Spence, like I've mentioned so many times before. A lot of people, that is why they feel in the way they feel, because they thought Terrence Crawford haven't fought anybody to prepare him for Errol Spence. So they're saying, well, all these other people, who has he done like this? Well, if you tell them he did Amir Khan like that pretty dirty, they're going to say, well, that's Amir Khan and this, that. No, you said, who has he done dirty? You know what I'm saying? If the fights, some of his fights does not go 9 rounds and it stops early in that, isn't that doing him dirty? Isn't that going in there and finishing him? You're talking about a fight that went 9 rounds. That's not the only fight he went 9 rounds. Real talk. That's not the only fight that Terrence Crawford has went 5 rounds with. Come on, brother. Tighten up. Get a hold of yourself. You didn't, every other time you was looking and you was telling him what your friend was saying because your friend was telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? But when you came to gather your own thoughts and express yourself, you was talking and you wasn't being as genuine as you should be, because you haven't followed Crawford that tough. You haven't followed him that tough, and you haven't followed Errol Spence that tough. You know what I'm saying? You might have followed Errol Spence more so than Terrence Crawford. Real talk. But when you're looking up and you're trying to, grab a hold of what you're trying to process, and when people are looking up like that, most of the time, it's not something that you have to do unless you're trying to create a story. You're trying to come up with what you want to say. How are you going to express it? how am I going to speak on this? If you know something already, well, you can pretty much look at somebody and speak on it because you know that's what's in your heart. That's what's being mapped in your mind, and then you start to mechanically process that information for transmission, and that's where you spit those verbal lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So right here, Michael J. White, when he said about what his friend mentioned, yeah, he was on point with that because that's what his friend did. His friend inspired Errol, right? And like I said, he was getting sparring. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. He was getting sparring, and he say he's not himself. He's not ready.
Because, Crawford's amazing. But I think if you start putting it together and you go, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people were trying to go like, all right, yeah, they knew Crawford was going to do that to him. I don't think anybody knew that.
And here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Here goes the actor in Michael. I haven't never seen you vouching for Crawford. When have you ever been in a picture and you've been having a conversation with Crawford? How can you speak for the masses of boxing fans? Are you a true supporter or are you a Spence supporter? Some people use their platform and presence to take advantage of the moment. You know what I'm saying? When have people been looking to you like they do Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson is at the fights. I don't see you there all the time. So you supporting Crawford? I haven't seen that either. I haven't seen anything on record where you were supporting Crawford. And you're talking about, I don't think anybody expect that. I did. Go back, put my receipts. I say Spence has 0%. 0% of defeating Terrence Crawford. Zero. Is there a value higher than zero? Of course it is. Did I mention it? No. I said he has 0%. That's on record. So Michael get up here and start saying some things and act like he's speaking for the whole boxing community. Bro, we don't see you over here. You know what I'm saying? This is not martial arts. You know what I'm saying? This is boxing. Who's seen you with Spence and Crawford? Who's seen you there?
I don't think anybody knew that. But Spence does not even seem like himself. And after that fight, it's not because of the damage he took during the fight. There is a difference, a big difference. Again, it sounds like I'm taking away stuff from Bud Crawford. But so be it. I believe Spence and I believe my friend.
Okay, there you go, right there. I believe Spence and I believe my friend. Okay. You are a freaking Errol Spence supporter. You know what I'm saying? I almost called you an Errol-sexual, dear Michael. Matter of fact, just based off what you're saying, you are Errol-sexual. You are. You're Errol-sexual, bro. Because you said my friend, you said, I believe Errol and I believe my friend. You're Errol-sexual. You pretty much put it out there who you was going for. So I don't believe any of that back end shit you were saying. I do believe that your friend was in there sparring him. And he was like, he's not who he say he is. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that. But then again, you have to look at it like this, man. That man went through medicals to get approved. He went through neurological testing. He had to do some tests to get approved to fight. Just like he did when he came back off the accident and fought Danny Garcia. He had to go through tests. Errol Spence even talk about going through all those tests. He always talks about it. They had to go through extensive tests. He had to go to different doctors. You know what I'm saying? To continue to get these results and making sure he was good to go. Errol Spence said that it's on record. He had to go to all these multiple doctors to make sure that neurologically he's good to go to fight. Then he get approved for Danny Garcia, goes in there, people cheering him on. Oh man, Errol Spence looked dominant. Yeah. I didn't hear you, Michael. I didn't hear you talking about he looks this way, he looks that way. See, this one I'm gonna always hold y'all niggas accountable. Yes, sir. I'm gonna always hold you accountable. Why? Because he fought 3 fights after the accident, and the only fight y'all remember is the one he freaking lost. If he had 3 fights after the accident and he won Danny Garcia and Yordenis Ugas, all of a sudden he should be able to get snapped in more and more, right? He came back from the accident. He went 12 rounds. This is one no 2-round fight now. This is 12 rounds. Add a 1 in front of that. 12 rounds. He put rounds in, Michael. You know what I'm saying? We do this. He put rounds in. You're talking about that wasn't a Spence. The man went 12 rounds with an elite fighter. He went 12 rounds, man. What are you talking about? And then he fought for another belt. And that was a fight where he was coming back and he was letting people know it wasn't going to be a tune-up. It wasn't going to be a tune-up. Once again, it wasn't going to be a tune-up. So Danny Garcia was considered one of the higher-ranking members, and he went in there and beat him in 12 rounds. Not 2 rounds, 12 rounds. And then he turned around after 16 months. He went up here and beat Yordenis Ugas. Even though Ugas went into the 10th round, it wasn't 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a short window. He put rounds in. God damn it. Then he goes in here and goes into the 9th round with Crawford. What separates Crawford going 9 rounds than what he went with Ugas? This man went 10 rounds with Ugas and 9 rounds with Crawford. 10 rounds with Ugas, 9 rounds with Crawford. 10 rounds with Ugas, 9 rounds with Crawford. What separates the fight for you guys to come up here and continue to say it just won him? He never should have took. The man went 1 less round than the previous fight where they was bragging about how he was the bone collector. That's why I say Michael's not being truthful, because he's pretty much using his platform and who he is as a celebrity to basically twist the narrative even more. That's all that is. I'd definitely like to have a conversation with you on this. Definitely. If he get back with me, I don't hit him up. If he get back with me, I definitely want to have a conversation with you on that. Seriously, because I just want to, kind of pick your brain on what your friend told you. But more so, how much do you pay attention to the game of boxing? How long have you been following Spence? I guarantee you, y'all, there's a connection there. It's a reason why he's connected to Spence. And there's nothing wrong with that. He just shouldn't come out here making it seem like he's neutral. You wasn't neutral, bro. You say you believe Spence. Believe what about Spence? You never said Spence told you anything throughout the freaking interview. And then this is the jewel I got for y'all. I didn't hear Michael say anything about the reason why he looked the way he did. He had a broken rib. Just like all these freaking Spencerholics and aerosexuals up here talking about trying to make excuses. Michael Jai White was up here making excuses too. I didn't hear him mention anything about a broken rib. Did you? Did y'all hear him mention anything about a broken rib? I ain't hear shit about no broken rib. I heard his friend come in and say, man, he ain't got it. If his friend would have told him, hey, man, that rib was, fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't really do what I wanted to do. I had to take it light on him. It's just, this, that, and the other. No, not one peep, not one sense of a broken rib at all. He's a tomorrow. Oh, well, he said Spence don't got it. What do you mean he don't got it? What about him say he don't have it? When your friend was in there sparring him, what areas did he tell you that he don't got it? The fight's over with there, Michael. You should have let the people know. If your friend told you something, you already said he was in there sparring with him. So we already know he's a mole in the camp. He told you he don't got it. I wonder if he's still going to be able to go back through them doors now that the video is out. Maybe you shouldn't have told Michael. But if indeed whatever you told him, I wish Michael would have basically reciprocated that out to the general public on what you seen to allow you to make that assessment off Errol Spence. What did you see in the sparring? Was he slow in some areas? Was he stumbling? Was he off balance? What the hell? Because that man fought Danny Garcia, they was praising him. That man fought Ugas, he was praising him. One out of the last 2 fights he had prior to Crawford was a championship fight, man. People, it was a championship fight. 1/2 of the 2 fights he had after the accident, one of them was a championship fight. If this man was not who you believe he to be based off your friend telling you all of this, why was he able to step in there last April and you did not come out and do a Vlad interview and speak about what you didn't see? Because let's be honest. Let's be honest there, Michael. We all know that you said he had the accident, and we all know, we heard you say several times that you're not trying to take anything away from Crawford. That's exactly what you're doing. But more so, don't you think if a person is ejected out of the vehicle, you won't consider that to be a rash? That's not considered a virus, is it? You ever heard one of your adversaries or foes when you was in the ring say, hey, I got shin kicked to the head. The virus should go away sometime soon. Oh, yeah, you got to be careful about those head kicks, man. They got mad virus on them. Bacteria is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord, you can have an outbreak at any time now. You just don't hear people talking like that. Being ejected from a car is not a virus. It's not an outbreak or rash. It's injuries. It's damage. So whatever damage that he had after the accident, both internally and externally, it was clear enough for him to come back and fight Danny Garcia. And for Danny Garcia, that man went 12 rounds. Didn't he, Michael? He went 12 rounds. Not only that, Michael, thank God I'm not your family, because I'll definitely have to hit you up and have a conversation and have you on the panel and say, you know what, you need to represent that last name a little bit better than that, Michael. You better be glad I'm a you know what I'm saying, far away distance, so I wouldn't have to talk to you in person. You know what I'm saying? I like to get up close and personal talk. You know what I'm saying? I could, hey, you don't do this boxing shit, Michael. Stop faking it. You don't do this boxing shit. So I would have had to ask him, say, how long have you known Errol? How long have you known him now? Have you shown him anything? Because I want to be able to use that the next time I'm going live too. Have you taught him any special punches? Because if you did, the shit ain't working. I would have had to tell him that, y'all. I say, okay, did you talk to the man? Like, what was the conversation like? That's all. Just what's the conversation? Did you teach him anything? If you did, what was the strike that you taught him? You showed enough didn't teach him no defense. What was the punch that you taught him? You know what I'm saying? What was it? Did you have anything to do with that jab? Because if you did, then whatever sensei you learned that from, I think Crawford hired him. Because Crawford, his jab was way better than Spence's ever was. So he must have got a hold to the sensei and got an update. You know what I'm saying? The sensei got an update download, and he came back with the 2023 deal, where the jab was much different than the one he taught Spence. The one he taught you, and you taught it to Spence. For real. I just don't understand, bro. It's no way you're gonna convince the listeners on this dang hottest chat, the hottest MF and chat in the game, that you was being genuine about that shit. Errol had sparring, and your friend say he didn't look. Did your friend say, well, why don't you call up Derrick James and say, it might not behoove you all to take this fight? He's not healthy enough. He shouldn't take this fight. Did y'all look back on your calendars and say to yourself, why I didn't come forward after the Danny Garcia fight? Why I didn't come forward after the Dennis Ugas fight? Why did I wait till after the Crawford fight to finally step up and say, oh, he didn't look the way he's supposed to? When the accident was after the Sean Porter fight, before the Danny Garcia fight. Something ain't right, man. You understand me, Michael? Something isn't right, my brother. Something just ain't right. And I heard it in the tone of your voice when you was looking up there through the ceiling into the clouds, and you was trying to find a way to be sincere, like you was trying to have a poker face, and you was trying to help the audience believe that you was telling the truth, but you was up here lying. You know goddamn well there, Michael, that when you say that wasn't Spence, it's nothing that you mentioned to us to validate what you were saying. Nothing. Period. We don't believe it. We don't believe it. Y'all don't believe everything you hear, regardless if you've seen them on TV or not. They're good actors. And Michael, right now, you was acting, goddammit. I'm gonna go out there and say you thought you was in a scene. You know what I'm saying? You say, okay, I'm Michael J. White. Everybody's gonna believe what I say. Everybody's gonna believe what I say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna believe what I say. My friend. You ever notice when people will try to let's check this out? People, when they try to convince you of something, like if you really know the incident happened, you've seen it for yourself, you can talk to somebody by yourself and let them know. You can elaborate, and people are gonna sit there and pay attention. Oh, for God, they're not gonna question if it's authentic or not, if they really get the vibes and the behavior mannerism that you're telling the truth. People that seem to me not to be all the way honest, they always put other people into it. They'll get somebody else to push their narrative indirectly. And this is a position where it's pretty much nonverbal. You know, my friend told me, well, who is your friend? My friend told me that, no, he just don't got it. He was in the ring with him. Y'all heard him. He was with him a month out. Y'all heard him. So in between Michael putting that out there, that debunks any type of lies that was put out there and said with no sparring going on a month and a half. And then as the interview continued to proceed, you never heard Michael mention anything about why his friend said that he wasn't the Spence. Then you heard Michael talk about how he looked and say, oh man, anybody. He's never done any fighter like that, which is untrue. It's just they was looking at the fighter that was on the pound for pound list for R.E.A.D.Y for quite some time. Michael looked at R.E.A.D as being his favorite fighter, and he thought deep down inside he was going to go in there and beat Crawford up. Michael being a martial artist, how can you, of all people, who basically, take a lot of what you learn, you talk about the Bruce Lee era, Chuck Norris, all these martial artists that you have learned some type of way. How can you say that I don't think no one's seen that coming when you're taught to never underestimate your enemy? How can you come out your mouth and say that I don't think nobody saw that happening to R.E.A.D.Y? So that means when you go in the matches and you done heard that this guy's just supposed to be the creme de la creme, you know what I'm saying, the immortal master, you already shook. Nah, I'm not believing it. I'm not believing it, bro. I'm not believing him, y'all. Nope, I'm not believing it. Period. I'm not believing that shit. I'm not believing it. He taught him how to throw them movie style punches. For real, right? The ones that don't hurt, but when you're on the movie set, they do. I got it. No wonder the scene wasn't playing out the way it's supposed to. When are they going to announce this fight? I have no idea, man. Your question is, I don't know. I know not. Spence looked like Butterbean with the jab against Garcia. Ugas won't be Crawford. He definitely aerosexual delusion. Give me a break. Exercise, excuses. Yeah, man. They're trying to say that man was, his friend. People always try to bring a friend into my friend, my wife, my brother, my uncle, my dog, like, the way my dog looked looking at boxing, he even knew something was wrong with Errol Spence. He was wagging his tail, and then he just stopped and sat down. He looked at me. His eyes was a little bit gloomy, like he was, it was getting glossy, like he was sad. I said, does he looks bad to you? Huh, Scribble? Scribble, do he look bad to you? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You're always bringing people, these cats, you can't explain something on your own and get people to believe it. Yes, that's what y'all need to work on. Why you got to bring other people in there to explain something so simple? You know what I'm saying? The bring somebody else in there as if they're going to be like, now I believe it. Even though I ain't see that nigga, he mentioned him. Man, it was 5 other people with me that seen it. For real? What was their name? I really never seen him before. But they was close by and they witnessed it. They didn't come up and tell you anything? No, I never seen him before. How do you know it was 5 if you was looking at the situation? It was reflecting off my glasses. You know what I'm saying? Just dumb shit, bro. Dumb shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy it. I don't buy it, Michael. It ain't no way you're gonna tell me that your friend spoke to you and you just gave us little sprinkles of what was said. You said he was in the ring. If your friend said he didn't have it, then why he didn't have it with Ugas and Garcia? Why he didn't have it then? You need to get your shit together. I don't appreciate being lied to like that from you. You got that white last name. I don't appreciate that, Michael. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna believe Spence. Look, I'm going to believe Spence and my friend. What kind of shit is that? I thought you was telling us a non-biased freaking situation that you had when you're talking about a friend who was in the ring with Spence. Then when you was telling him about that, you seemed like you was clear-headed. And by the time you get to explaining what you saw, it seems like you was still hung over a little bit from watching that fight. You was there looking like Spence on the walkout. I'm just saying, things, alcohol level, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit that was coming out too slow for me. Like you was trying to create a storyline, brother. Shout out to True Me this day. You just say, boxing, what's good with it, coach? He said the aerosexuals have to get their story straight. Too many contradictory statements for me when it comes to why Spence lost the fight. You said too many. It's an astounding number, bro. It's an astounding number. You know what I'm saying? And the contradictory part, yes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much that contradicts itself. They really, really clash. And then you just listen to them continue to be contradictory, and they don't have no problem with it. They don't have no problem with it because their audience don't hold them accountable. The audience don't hold them accountable. Now, they have ample amount of time to basically do their research and peel through this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. This is an easy interview to dissect. This man said a friend told him, didn't tell him why he came to that conclusion. The fight is over with. You already made it perfectly clear, Michael, that your friend was in the camp. So it's no secrecy to who it is. It's somebody you said that was in the camp. Okay? One or two things gonna happen. Somebody from the camp gonna go out and say you was capping, or they're gonna find out who was in the camp. They probably already know if it has any merit to it. But you didn't say what your friend said. And then you talk about going to the fight and what you seen play out. Dude, you was acting like you was a new fan or something. I mean, you up there acting like as a martial artist, like Crawford was a bum. Like, you didn't mention anything about him being on the pound for pound list. You just up there acting like you're trying to create a narrative. You're trying to push a narrative. You say, oh, nobody's seen that coming. Bro, that's dumb. I'm not telling you, I'm not saying you dumb, Michael, but what you said, dumb as fuck, man. Like you up here saying nobody's seen that. How are y'all sitting up here looking at this invincible guy, Spence, coming off of a victory over Ugas, though? He was coming off a victory over Ugas. a fighter who has several wins, and you didn't think to yourself to ask Spence why did he allow that to go into the 9th round? Why didn't you ask him why did he let the fight go into, the 10th round? Why he allowed the fight to go into the 10th round with Ugas? Why? Did y'all think to ask him that? Why did his mouthpiece get knocked out if you say you seen something and Spence wasn't what he's supposed to? That's why I'm calling bullshit flag running up the pole that you just creating goddamn storylines, bro. That's exactly what you did, because his mouthpiece get knocked out and you don't factor that in to the dominant performance that Crawford had. He was able to expose this dude. He was the more top tier elite boxing IQ professor in the ring. He gets no credit when Spence mouthpiece was knocked out his mouth against Ugas, and you like, I don't think anybody's seen that. Well, Ugas knocked his mouthpiece out, bro. Terrence didn't knock his mouthpiece out, but he knocked him down. It's disingenuous, bro. You know what I'm saying, Michael? It's disingenuous. For real. I don't think you was being truthful about the statement you made. No matter who want to report on this, how they ever want to report on it. Look at body, look at mannerisms, look at how somebody is talking. All you gotta do is just take a look at it. When he was trying to say, find out, find his words, so to speak, he was looking all the way up in the ceiling. No, before that, you was looking directly at Vlad. And then when you try to say, when he was in the fight, you're just trying to look up there and try to create some story that don't exist, because Ugas knocked his mouthpiece out. I didn't see you on Vlad talking about Spence is not himself. My friend was in the ring with him and sparring. When did your friend and Spence meet? First of all, how many camps have you and his friend? I'm pretty sure we find that out. Your friend and Spence, how many fight camps he's had? We'll find out what's the real truth. That's what we'll find out. How many fight camps? Did he do the Ugas fight? Did he do the Danny Garcia fight? Because I know he should have seen some things in there. Because how in the hell are you going to talk about an accident as if he's going to start getting better? This is not a virus. This is not a freaking common cold. None of that shit. This is a sequence of events based off a horrific car accident, which we're not talking about having an outbreak here. We're talking about something that could be residually, affecting him in his life for the rest of it. We don't know to what extent, okay, because we're not qualified physicians to basically complete the examination. But what we do know, Michael, is the fact that he had 2 fights prior to Crawford. I haven't seen no video you out here asking about the mouthpieces, because Danny Garcia knocked the mouthpiece out and Ugas knocked the mouthpiece out. I don't want to care about those teeth or none of that. Punches was thrown and they landed. So I didn't hear you out here talking about that. What was wrong with Spence and what was wrong with his balance? I didn't hear you talk about that. Just to hear you say that, I don't think I think hardly anyone seen that coming, is that you plan as a martial artist the way you are. Your mindset ain't like that. You go in there with the intent of being the baddest man in the room. But the boxing crowd, no one thought Crawford can get it done. We're talking about a fighter who's not even giving us Tank Davis knockouts. You're not even giving us Tank David-esque knockouts. You're not giving us Roy Jones highlights. Like, what are we talking about? This man went into the 10th round with Ugas, and you up here saying that, he just didn't look like the Spence we know. The Spence you knew prior to this fight went 10 rounds with a lesser tier fighter than Terrence Bud Crawford. That's a fact, man. And he had several losses, and Spence with 10 rounds with him. So where did the Crawford situation? Because who are you going to convince to say Crawford is a less of a tier opposition than Yordenis Ugas? You're not going to get one. You're not even going to get half a person to sit up here and tell you, you know what? I think Ugas can get Crawford. No, They're gonna say no. Do you think Crawford beats Ugas? Yes. You think Crawford beats Ugas? Yes. You think Ugas beat Crawford? No. You think Crawford beat Ugas? Yes. You think Ugas beat Crawford? No. That's how it's gonna go. Period. So if he went in there and fought a lesser tier opposition in Ugas and went 10 rounds and was getting touched up, regardless of what they saw, all the swollen eye, that don't do anything. And then for Spence to go in there with a fighter that's supposed to be equal or lower than that of Yordenis Ugas, because the way I heard Michael, he didn't want to give him credit for being in the ring with Spence, because Spence supposed to be that almighty titan, so he wasn't giving him no credit to step in the ring and do what he did. So he had to be equal to lesser tier of a fighter than Yordenis Ugas, his previous fight. Because it's almost like, oh man, we can admit that wasn't arrow. So you trying to tell me the arrow that went 10 rounds there, Michael, 10 rounds with Ugas, who no one in their right mind is going to tell you Ugas is a better boxer than Crawford, and you put the blame on Crawford? Bullshit. That's bullshit, y'all. That's bullshit, man. That's absolutely total utter bullshit. Well, hope this new team, EJ, can get help in some way, because he went out bad. You got to start boosting them up. Our main process right now, Jessica, is to boost them up. Encourage. That's the word. We have to encourage. You know what I'm saying? Let you know they nothing but fanboys. It don't make any sense, bro. It don't make any sense, man. This, I got respect for Michael, but you way off when it comes to talking about boxing right now. And the amount of fights you had and the tales, the folklores and all that of you don't go in there with that mindset that, oh man, I heard what he did to Ugas, I'm scared. That's not even your mindset. So for you to come in here and act like that's going to be what you put out to the public, to pretend like you in acting school again and say, oh, I want to say this with a straight face without laughing, I don't think no one's seen Crawford performing. Who has he beat like that? Who has he ever did that? Man, you've been listening to social media too much. You're talking about who else he done like that. It don't matter who else he done like that. If you saying all his opposition ain't shit, it don't matter who he did like that, because every opposition that he currently had at 39 victories in, y'all. Let's just say 37 victories. Let's just put it out there, 39 victories. We'll take Sean Porter and David Avenesian. Just leave them be. All right, just leave them be. 37 victories. They did not have a clear indication to be confident and say, his 37 victories, we respect all of them. No, Michael come up here and say some shit like, no one was expecting that. No one, y'all. No one, not one boxing fan was expecting Crawford to go in there and do what he did. Dude, he said no one. Like Spence was just this titan, bro. Like he was just a formed hybrid. He was created from the lab. And if he wasn't created from the lab, they created some substance to be able to inject in his body to make him seem like he was from the lab. He's trying to say nobody saw that happen. You're a martial arts wizard, but somehow didn't know Spence was gonna get cooked. How that worked? I don't know how it worked, but it's BS. I'll tell you that. That's BS right there. That's BS. And you know what, Mike? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna send you this live stream. I'm gonna send you the link to this live stream. For real. If you, and I'm gonna reach out one more time. I'm gonna send you the link to this live stream, real talk, so you can listen to it. That's why I'm not gonna make it too long. I'm gonna send him the link to this live stream so he can look at it and say, "Oh, I remember that guy. I remember that guy." Okay. Shout out Rebel on deck, expert genius on deck. One love to you, brother. It's going to be the same damn result Bob Aaron called it years ago. They did. He said, "Stay away from Crawford. Stay away from Crawford." I don't see my guy Town Biz in here, but Town Biz is over there in the area where this fight with Crawford and not Crawford. What I'm talking about. I just want to get the Prograis and Haney situation. Prograis and Haney will be contending at 140 pounds. They're going to be fighting over there in that San Francisco area, that Oakland, closer to home. So it's a good look for Haney. He'd get to finally go home and have that fight, right? He get to finally go home and have that fight, and then you can get Regis. He's able to go over there and defend his belt. I'm looking forward to that fight. That should be a very, very good fight. Town Biz should be the one doing the exclusive media on there. After as much as he, have covering on Haney, and he's from that area too. When you talk about hometown cooking, absolutely, he should be the guy to take that media, take the lead on that media over there and get it done because he's actually on the front lines. So Bill Haney, if you're listening, Town Biz shouldn't be treated like he was treated in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? When Devin Haney was defending his undisputed titles for a second time against Lomachenko, you would have had way more media coverage if it would have been Town Business up there instead of those other guys who was freaking tired and they just wanted to freaking take pictures of themselves in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened when you have Tyros up there. They haven't really did media week. You know what I'm saying? They haven't really did media week. So they get up there just taking all the pictures in the world, and they don't want to damn load no videos up on YouTube on them interviewing Devin. That was the optimum time to get Devin while he was undisputed. Now he probably won't defend all his belts ever again at lightweight division. That was your opportune time to do that. It don't matter if you went over to eat anywhere. That was your opportune time. So y'all keep your eyes, peeled for that. That's going down and December 9th. That's going down December 9th. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney 30-0, Regis Prograis 29-1. His one and only loss came back in 2019. All right. He has 24 knockouts. We're not gonna really talk about the knockouts because it's a gap between that, but the fight itself, I like it. So y'all be sure to check that out. As for the Crawford Spence scandal, when you have individuals like this, Michael, we expect a lot more out of you when you're talking about combat sports because you are a respected combat specialist, brother. You are a combat specialist. So we expect you to have a better feedback than what we seen and what we heard you're talking about. We ask questions over here. We break things down. It's just disappointing to know that you have a friend that was in the camp that's going to pretty much allow you to say, "Hey man, just keep that between you." And he didn't say that. He's just going to allow you, "Hey man, you can put it out there all you want to fight over with." So you have a friend that was in the camp telling you about a fighter that he was able to work with. Not a lot of people do that. Now, Michael, that's another area. Not a lot of people talk about they work with Spence and they go talking shit about him. So how many fights have this dude worked with Spence? How long has he known Spence? And how many rounds has he sparred with Spence? You know what I'm saying? How close are they? That's all I want to know. How inclusive was it? Because if he's telling you that he don't have it, he ain't going back to that camp. There's no way that this isn't going to get back to Diddy. He probably already know and heard this anyway. This is going to get back to Diddy if it's indeed true. If it's indeed true. I think for some reason it's some games going on. It's certain people that know certain people, and you felt it was cool for you to push this narrative out there to my unbelieving when some of this stuff may not even be true. It might be lies just to sit up here and hype up the rematch. And how do you expect Spence, who had 15 months to prepare for the first fight and have less of a window than that, how do you believe he's going to come out even that more dangerous? You think your friend going to be in the camp this time? He can tell you something else. Hey, man, same shit I told you last time, dog. Operation Knockout, God damn it. He ain't got it, bro. Operation Knockout, God damn it. Operation Eclipse. Oh, my God. Operation goddamn Crematory. You know what I'm saying? Operation Inferno. All those shit. It's going to be bad. Let's see what's popping, man. For real. Let's see what's going on with this, because some of this stuff don't seem like it's genuine and true. Seems like it's made up. Seems like somebody may have connections to put shit out there just to build up the next fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I see the games playing a huge role. I see that, Michael. Real talk. You didn't sound sincere to me as a mixed martial artist that is used to going in there and not having no fear of his opposition, but all of a sudden, no one's seeing Crawford. Come on. You don't look at no combat specialist like that, Michael. You looked at that shit like, I'm ready to fight. I don't care who you are. I'm ready to fight. My will against your will. Let's go. You don't look at no boxer. I don't think nobody saw that coming. How? I mean, you thought Crawford was making his debut? Did you think Crawford was making his debut or something? You have not seen the highlights out there? How can you come out your face and not burst out laughing based off of the information that you said? Because you weren't being honest, man. That shit don't make no sense. You know it. You know it don't make no sense. You know it didn't make no sense. You know it, man. Deep down inside, that shit didn't make no sense to you. You was up here trying to, basically do damage control with Spence, and then kind of hype it up for the rematch that he's going to come in there that much lethal of a fighter. It's not happening. It's not happening, bro. The only way that y'all going to have an upper hand on Crawford is that somebody can get a hold of one of them bottled waters and goddamn, and give us an old school switcheroo, goddamn it. That's the only way. That's the only way, bro. We're going to have to see some real weird stuff happen that Crawford come in here and don't even look like Crawford. So when Crawford may not look like Crawford, I hope y'all say, man, that didn't look like Crawford. No, y'all come up here and say some shit like, oh man, that's what we talking about. That's the Spence we know. Yeah, that's the Spence we know right there. Yeah. But do you think Crawford don't look the way he did man, I don't give a fuck about what he looked like. Spence looked good. But do you think it's because Crawford's not looking like Crawford and we might have another cloning situation like they did Spence? It's possible, man. Right now, I'm just enjoying the fight, man. Spence winning. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to give Crawford no freaking glory. They're not going to give him no glory for going in there looking less than what he did last time. They're going to start saying, oh, he overtrained. That's his own fault. He should have had to fight at 154. That's his own fault. Bomac was locked up over there. He didn't get proper coaching. That's his own fault. Spence, he was just weight drained last time. This time he looks better, but it's still at 47. That's because the nutrition is switched up. He switched up the diet plan. They put more electrolytes in him. That's why. Last time, they couldn't dial it in, but they got it good this time. You know what I'm saying? They will have every excuse possible. I bullshit you not. They have every freaking excuse possible, man. And it's up to us to keep them honest. I'm sending you this live stream, Michael, for real, because I respect you as a man, no doubt. But there's some explaining you have to do, just like we say about anybody else there, Michael. You have to have clarity to this, man. You have to elucidate just a little bit more as to what your friend's seen in there to convince him that this was a bad idea for Spence. What convinced him? You never said. The cat is out the bag. If he was in there, you should have gave us more details. Because you just didn't say, hey man, L. Spence, he don't have it. What? Oh, wow. All right, man. I'll talk to you a little bit later. I'm going up to Whataburger and get me a veggie burger. Yeah. Give me a veggie burger. Yeah. It's not like you're not going to do something that's natural and say, well, tell me about it. What did you see in there? Oh, man, how many rounds y'all spar? How many times y'all spar? Oh, man. So you would know. That's a lot. So each and every time you went in there, what you were seeing, it kept on reoccurring. I would have respected that more than just vague. Oh, man, he said he don't have it. He's ashamed of himself. He's not even ashamed of himself. What? He went 9. He went into the 9th round, and you're saying ashamed of himself. He went 10 with Ugas, ashamed of himself. Ashamed of himself. He went 12 with Danny Garcia, ashamed of himself. Okay, where did the shade start? You're trying to say the shade started with who? Sean Porter. So just because he went 12 rounds with Danny Garcia, you're looking at it like, okay, at least he went 12 rounds and got the victory. He didn't dominate Danny Garcia, like beat him up. I mean, what are you talking about? Y'all just got y'all heads wrapped around this freaking Ugas eye swelling up and his ribs hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's all I see, man. It's pitiful. They got their head wrapped around an eye being swollen and supposedly ribs being hurt. But all alone, we know that Ugas is not Terrence Crawford. They both boxers professionally. But Terrence Crawford has been on the pound for pound list for how long now? And Michael, you're up here telling us that no one expected Crawford to do that to Spence when he'd been above him on the pound for pound list. And look, all those subpar trash bags that he fought, every time he won, it didn't move him down. Nobody was on the pound for pound list say, hey, man, that trash bag, get him up out of there. Empty him. Throw him in the trash compactor. Who else? Mean Machine. Throw him in the trash compactor. One shit. And you're not gonna include his amateur career? No. What about Mir Khan? Oh man, no. I already been knocked out several times, man. He just quit. No. Throw him away. So Crawford really can't do nothing in this era. He can't do nothing right. Because the fact that he's been able to defend his titles as much as he's been able to defend them, we should ask Michael to use his resources and connects to get with the sanctioning bodies, the commissions, and find out, should there be more stricter testing for fighters to be qualified to fight, especially they coming out a horrific accident. Because the reason why I say that, people, that I want qualified physicians, I want him to talk and use his connects, is because when you hear this many excuses, that means you have a huge index of individuals, large number of boxing fans that are walking zombies right now. They don't have the coherency to understand what happened July 29th and try to process it. You know what I'm saying? So we need you, Michael, to pretty much get your connects together and try to come up with a way to get with the commissions. So when a situation like this plays out, y'all need to have on fight week, y'all need to have someone from the promotion brief the media and those in attendance, those millions watching, on how everything works out. What I mean by how everything works out, as far as the records, the fighters, their qualifications to be in the position they are. Give the pros and cons of both fighters. So the fan base can have a comfort zone of knowing that both fighters are qualified. You tell them, hey, so-and-so has been checked, this, that, and the other. It's been cleared, free to fight. Also over here from Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence Bud Crawford also went through examinations. He's free to fight. The media can ask a question. So for Spence, there was media, and there were several individuals who pretty much said that he didn't look himself last time, his balance and everything. Did you see anything wrong? No, I did not see anything wrong. He passed all the physicals, everything he needed, all the requirements. There's no excuses. He is cleared to fight. Maybe they need to do that. They need to have some people up there to just really brief on fight week that the fighters are cleared. You know what I'm saying? To fight. So they won't come up here with a whole trash dumpster of excuses, man. Now, to some people's benefit, it's okay to the dumpster dive. But when it comes to boxing, you don't have to do it in this particular fight so much. It's stinking up the place, man. It's too many excuses. They up there dumpster diving like they found an unopened package of Twinkies. You know what I'm saying? They making excuses like they found an unopened package of Twinkies and ripped that shit out. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Whew. Man, I was just thinking while I was eating this Twinkie that Crawford, he had loaded gloves. Yeah, I just came up with that when I was goddamn tasting the cream in this Twinkie. Come on, man. Stop dumpster diving for real. Stop doing it. It stinks the place up. It really does. It stinks the place up, bro. Errol Spence is taking a rematch for another big paycheck. I seen it coming. I am Cam Edwards. What's good? Salute to you. That energy changed. Cam said, one love WCS and everyone in the chat. Salute to you. Hey, let's give a big shout out to a stray over here acting like a little hoe he is. You know what I'm saying? You've been over here before. He wants attention. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's good you over here in the company of real adults. You know what I'm saying? Real ones, the hottest chatter in the MFing game. You ain't gonna do shit on sight, bitch ass nigga. You ain't gonna do shit on sight. All you're gonna do is come over here and talk and try to get attention. Not the Spence he knew. Stop the cap. What happened to man down? Put him in the dirt. I collect the strap season. Keep the same energy. Aerosexuals, AK snotty boys and strays. God damn, that was a full clip right there. A full clip. That's a full clip, Samuel. That's a full clip of them, dog. I picked EJ in the 12th. That fight, EJ looked ready to go. Bud put on a master display and did what most knew he could. As a fan, it was still amazing to see Bud that night. Square biz. I said that Arrow didn't have a chance of beating Bud based off Bud's athleticism, his boxing IQ, and his overall boxing technique of the Sweet Sons. Just the way he thinks as a fighter. And, his competitive nature at best. You know what I'm saying? You see these pictures out here of him playing touch football. Dude is talented, man. I keep telling people I've seen him do other things outside of boxing. He's talented. He's a gifted athlete. It's just people look at him and they expect him to look like Joshua for them to believe. Joshua's over there modeling in Milan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing other things, bro. He's modeling Hugo Boss. He's doing other things outside of boxing that may distract him from being, halfway decent for people to take him serious to face Deontay Wilder. But all I'm saying is they act like Crawford got to have a look like Anthony Joshua and have it posing. Like he's ripped to shreds. He got to be a little bit taller. He got to be a little bit lighter. He got to have a different, no. He's the killer the way he is, bro. He's the killer the way he is, man. The boxing board said they heard rumors that Spence team will soon be submitting in writing that they can't make 47. Let's see how that plays out. You know what I'm saying? So if that's if that's the case with you know, them submitting they can't make 47, then 54, you know, they have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all I'm saying. Hey, you. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, damn. And I was hoping this wasn't a topic. Crawford brings way too much electricity to the boxing these days. I was hoping to think Mel was about that life. What's great, Swar Jones? Give me the signal. Bust his head off. No, you can leave him in here. He been over here before. You know what I'm saying? He's just an individual that love being around you know, those other individuals. So he come over here and try to talk shit. But let him stay over here. You know what I'm saying? And then I got them do the penalty kick on your bitch ass. There you go. Enjoy that penalty kick. Enjoy that penalty kick. When niggas go over here and defend another dude, that lets me know they just like them. Shout out. Yeah, no doubt, Carlos. Free Bo Mac, man. Free Bo Mac, no doubt. So we'll see how everything play out. You know, if indeed the situation is submitting right and they can't make 47, we'll see how it is, man. We'll see if this fight even happened. Because people know that the contracts are that. So all the threats and all the damn navish, nefarious type individuals that was out there saying they was going to create lies on Crawford if he doesn't take the fight at 54, that just goes to show you what they're willing to do in life. These are people that would be willing to lie on their friends in life to say they own ass. These are the type of people that'll steal from the people that's supposed to be the closest to them, because they're up here trying to do this to a person they don't know. Imagine what they'll do to a person they do know. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the length that they would go through, the depth to create these fabricated lies on the people that's in their circle. They doing this on a boxer now that did nothing to them directly. We're talking about unprovoked criticism, which has turned them into somebody who's trying to push malicious intent on somebody. He did nothing to them directly, but all of a sudden they find it within their skill set to say, I want to do something malicious to him. I want to put these lies out on him. That's what I want to do. Imagine that shit. So let's see how it works out. Let's see if Crawford is going to compromise, because they keep on whining all the time saying that Spence gave. Why? Who told you to do that? You say you did it. It was a grueling negotiation. So if it was a grueling negotiation, why did you conform? Crawford couldn't have made you do anything, because you said how he gonna take his belt off? You ain't his effing kid, right? So how Crawford's gonna make you do anything? He's a small dude. He's light in the ass, like you said. So there's no way Crawford can make you do anything over the phone. I mean, what happened? Did we have another Roy Jones and Fat Joe moment? Spence, did you come out of all you eat crab legs and goddamn Crawford and some cats from Omaha was sitting out there in the dark? And you turn the corner and say, oh shit, man, what's up, man? Yeah, I was just coming to see how those negotiations looking, you know. I'm a long way from home. So I just wanted to come and check and see where we at with it. I've been hearing some things out in the streets. So you gonna give me what I'm asking for or not? Yeah, man, just give me a time, man. I gotta get with my legal team and all that. But you say you want your million, right? Plus, I want that 1.5. Yeah, that's what I want. I want that 1.5 to head into this next fight. That's what I want. And nothing less than that. You hear me? And then I want you to put another 500K up in there for my travels, for me and my team coming over here to Texas, and I have to check in on you. I didn't think that was in the plan, nor was it in the budget. So you're gonna have to take care of that too. So you're sitting at $2 million even. We good on that? Yeah, man. I let them know I put it in there, man. They're not gonna like it, but we're gonna put it in the contract. All right, then. That's what I'm talking about. But man, I'm just letting you know, man. My guys back there, man, they ain't boxing, man. They ain't boxing, Crawford. So what you saying? Man, they on their way over here. They ain't gonna be boxing. I'm just letting you know. See, let me turn around and look. They on their way over here. He turned back around. Goddamn Crawford gone. Crawford and the boys gone. They vanished into the night. Ain't that what Fat Joe said? Roy them vanished into the night. They was gone. Shit. How can Crawford fuck around and force that shit on you, bro? Conquest, what's good? They got ST on standby. I don't know what that. I don't know what that is for real. Smoke session on deck. What's good with it? I agree. I believe he can win without Bomac. But they are a team at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They are a team. And what was the last one I was gonna mention? Besides Crawford Spence, it was one other part that I was gonna mention. What is it? Totally slipped my mind. Yeah, but we'll have to just stay close to the streets and see what happened. You know, if the fight is not gonna be at 47, 50, 54, it don't matter, bro. I mean, it's still gonna be the same results, if not worse. I'm just saying it's gonna be the same results, if not worse. And I was really hoping that the fight is at 54 anyway, because what's better than one slap, two slaps. What's better than one elbow, two elbows. What's better than a kick with an elbow, a roundhouse kick with an elbow, and then a knee to the motherfucking chin. I mean, all of that together in combination. These aerosexuals has to be shown one way or the other that it don't matter if it's at 47 or 54. They keep on desperately hoping. I hope they submit a letter and say he can't make 47. Okay? But the one thing I have to let you know, Blunts, check this out, is that I don't know why that information will be on the surface and it's only September. You got a full 8 weeks to drop weight. So pretty much, if they want to be proactive and say, okay, we're just going to submit the letter because we're not going to try to make 47, all right, cool. But if you got a full 8-week camp, all of October, all of November, why would they put the information out there already about can't make the weight? They haven't even tried to make the weight yet. And this would be stupid for them to make weight this far out and sustain that shit on the way in. So I'm looking at it like if they don't plan to make the weight at all, they submit a letter. You know what I'm saying? They just don't want to do it. They submit that letter. Or what's the deal? I don't know. It wouldn't make any sense unless they saying, okay, we don't want to make 47. We're going to try 54 based off what he currently weighs right now, the test weight, and what our weight range is to drop these pounds. This is what we're going to do. I like Michael Jai White, but I think he's going to stir shit up and keep himself relevant. Yeah, I think that was part of it. I really think that was part of it. Him just want to say some controversial stuff to go viral. Like Dr. 805 came in here and said what he said. I guess, with Vlad and all that, that's all he tried to do. He want videos. Vlad want everything to go viral. You know what I'm saying? Bud gonna beat Arrow so bad this time that Arrow's baby mom changed the kid's last name from Spence. I try to keep the kids out of it, even with jokes, man. So don't blame me, there, Team Spence. I'm just reading the comment. When you said they already fought at 154, that made total sense to me. The result is not going to be far off from the first one. Yeah, the only thing is going to be, let's just say 54, 10-pound rehydration is going to put them back where they were around last fight. You know, Crawford probably sitting about low 60s. You know what I'm saying? Spence was probably even higher than that. I know he was probably higher than 10 pounds, man. It ain't no way. It ain't no way he wasn't in his high 50s. You know what I'm saying? They talk about how big he is, right? I'm pretty sure, you know, the way he was talking about, I just can't wait to go eat at this restaurant right here. Yeah, he went in there and ate. And then they say, oh man, Crawford look as big. That's because Crawford did the strength and conditioning, put on muscle. Muscle has to be put on correctly. You have to gain muscle correctly. You just can't go to the Target or Walmart and say, yeah, give me 2 pectoralis. Yeah, I like those traps over there. Yeah, give me those lats right there. Are those Dorian Yates lats? Oh my God. Give me the Dorian Yates lats right there. I need those. Mike Matarazzo, his calves. I love those calves right there. Tom Platt's quads. Oh, those Tom Platt's quads over there. Oh, yeah. Give me those right there. Yeah. Oh, is that Lee Haney's midsection? Oh, my God. Yes. Yes, indeed. Give me Lou Ferrigno's height. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Yeah. Rolly Winkler biceps. Yeah, I like that. And his delts. I'll just take a combination packet. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You're not going up there. You're not going up there doing that, bro. Monty King, I don't know either. The last thing I remember is he should be in jail till October 9th or something. It might be a trial. I don't know about that. Real talk. A big shout out to Bud Crawford beats no credit Canelo Alvarez in the building. What's good with it, Prince? How you feel, man? Y'all definitely check out my guy Prince, man, over there. Be got them putting in that boxing work. You know what I'm saying? It was Bud Crawford beats Easy Route Spence. You know what I'm saying? I know he wants to change it back. You know what I'm saying? But definitely check him out, sub to his channel, man, and goddamn support the channel. For real. Support his channel, man. He be putting out the fire content, man. Got his shit popping over there, for real. Make sure y'all check him out. Aroma said, and without any so-called decent competition, he still managed to wash Spence. Damn, see now you're beginning to understand the scent that I was talking about. You understand me? That's the aroma I was talking about. Like, how are we not able to decrypt and filter through the stupidity? If he's been fighting lower level opposition, undeveloped, how is he to get better? If he's going in there with a fighter like R.E.A.D.Y, Spence, who's supposed to be the creme de la creme, mano y mano, the titan of all titans, how can an Omaha fighter with trash competition, his whole resume, go in there and even come close to doing this? Because nothing changed now. He didn't have the accident after Yordenis Ugas fight. And against his doctor's wishes, he came back into the ring and fought July 29th. That wasn't it. No, that's not it. That's not the way it works. He fought 2 fighters off the accident prior to stepping in there with Terrence, a fighter who they continue to say he didn't fight nobody leading up to July 29th. He didn't fight nobody. He ain't fight nobody. We seen it. He ain't fight nobody. He ain't fight nobody. He ain't fight nobody. He ain't fight nobody. So how can somebody haven't fought nobody go in there and whoop somebody? I don't get it. How can somebody become a nobody, but that nobody end up being a somebody? It don't make any sense, man. Who on Crawford's resume prepared him for Errol Spence on July 29th? Who? If all his opposition is trash, and Spence went run around on a campaign to convince everybody, Sean Porter that he was a shell of himself, a shell of himself. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe me, Michael? Huh? Well, first of all, my name is Mike Tyson. Okay, I heard you say this before. Look, I'm smoking now. I'm in a better place. But listen to me, Arrow. I broke my back. Okay, listen. I still fought, Arrow. You know what I'm saying? He goes up there and try to convince Mike Tyson to check him for saying Crawford was gonna beat him. I want to talk to you about what you said. You know, Kenny Porter said his son was a shell of himself. Dude, that's showing bad sportsmanship. Come on, man. It's not showing good sportsmanship, man. It's making excuses. Excuses. Come on, bro. Mike laughed in your face, man. You know, the question I want to ask the hottest chat in the game, right? Who made Bud Crawford? Who prepared Bud Crawford to go in there and fight that behemoth Spence? Who on his resume could have prepared him for that? Was it Brian Cummins? The first guy he fought, he was 2-0. That had to be it. Figured it out. His first opponent. That had to be it. Figured it out. Broke the code. It had to be who he fought on his debut. Because everybody after the debut, his opponent, you know, his first opponent was 2-0. So I'm thinking after that, all the rest of them was ragu cans, empty. He didn't learn nothing except from his first opponent. So he took the bits and pieces of his first opponent, even though the fight didn't last that long. It always stuck with him because that was his first fight. That have to be it. Who on Terrence Crawford's resume prepared him to go in there and deliver such a masterclass performance, y'all? Who? Now this shit's get even more weirder when I talk about Mortal the Immortal, because how? Who did it? Bomac? Who prepared him physically? How did his boxing IQ get the way it was based off lower tier opposition? Shit ain't adding up. It ain't making no sense, man. It's not making any sense. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not making no sense. R.E.A.D.Y did was project everything he said he'll do to Bud that eventually happened to him. And good shit, man. Line that up nice. They did believe. A part of me think did. No, I can't do it. I can't give excuses for them. I'm gonna say they believed what they was talking about. They did. They believed it, bro. MD Mills on deck. What's good, man? He was speaking as a man fan and not as a martial artist. Instead of being interested in the craft and the technique Bud displayed, he goes into a fanboy talk. Hate to see it. Shaking my head. Yes, sir. That's what he was. He became an aerosexual right then on set. He became an aerosexual, man. Seriously, real talk. You became an aerosexual, brother. You did. You became an aerosexual. Unfortunately, I gotta put you in the aerosexual group there, Michael. For real there, Michael. You a martial artist, man. You are known to have some of the fastest hands out there. And you said, I don't think nobody's seen Crawford going in here doing it. Why? You acting like this man couldn't even beat his own shadow, man. Like you acting like this dude was a chump. You act like his last name was Famella. Shout out to Jamal Neezy in the building. What's good, Neezy on deck? Jai White is a clown. This dude thinks he can beat Bruce Lee, a real sweet fighter, not some point system fighters. Man, I disagree with the goofball and all that, man. He don't give me no goofball vibes. I have to disagree with you, Neezy. You know what I'm saying? I have to disagree with you. I talked to him on several occasions when I was in Cali. He is not a goofball. Dude is certified at what he does. This boxing talk, no, it gives you the Scooby-Doo vibes. You know what I'm saying? It gives you Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, where are you? You know what I'm saying? It gives me the Scooby-Doo vibes now. Where are you when we need you? Because you are this master martial artist in multiple discipline, black belt certified. And you say, I don't think nobody's seen Terrence doing this. What? Brother, I'm about to take your black card, for Christ's sake. The heck are you talking about? Shout out to you, Neezy. They trained Spence to fight the Crawford that lost to Ugas in the amateurs. See, that's one. See that's some slick shit right there. That's some six. Hey, I gotta salute you on that, Neezy. That's some slick shit you just said. That's some slick shit. He said they trained Spence to fight the Crawford that lost to Ugas in the amateurs. Damn. God damn. That's just, I mean, it still come a little bit third to the one that was on here. You know what I'm saying? Dang. What did he say? I totally forgot. Oh shoot. The minimum wage deal. Man, I totally forgot it. Now that was super slick right there. You know what I'm saying? The $1 million and a minimum wage, whatever, I forgot. But that right there, man, that's crazy that you mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? They train R.E.A.D.Y Spence they train R.E.A.D.Y Spence to fight the Crawford that lost to Ugas in the amateurs. Man, that's some real slick shit right there. Shout out to Golden, the OG in the building. That's some slick shit for real. You know what I'm saying? You probably pissed off, a lot of freaking pro Spence fans with that. They trained R.E.A.D.Y Spence to beat the Crawford that lost to Ugas in the amateurs. Damn. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That is fucked up, dog. Oh my God. Hey man, it's about an hour and a half. I'm gonna try to chop this up and send it to freaking Mike. But man, appreciate y'all pulling up to the scene. You know what I'm saying? Was here. Oh, matter of fact, I know what it was. I'm gonna end with this right here, right? I want to talk about the Canelo and Jermell Charlo situation since we only have several days left. Tomorrow should be the presser. Is anything out there? Let me check right quick. Let me check and see if anything lined up for Showtime Boxing. Showtime Boxing. Showtime Sports. So the press conference is tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. So I'm guessing Eastern Standard Time, 4:00 p.m. So y'all be sure. Let me pull this up right quick. Those of you that want to copy this link, here go the link to the presser tomorrow for Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. That's the link at Showtime Sports. Those of you that's going to be tuned in for that presser. But this is what I want to say on that. For Jermell Charlo, in order for him to change, the current just a little bit, to make some ripples and some white cap waves, he need to really try to, give Canelo Alvarez that fire. He needs to turn on that blowtorch a little bit, like we used to seeing him, and stop being such a freaking gecko. This dude is looking harmless. You know what I'm saying? When he's in front of Canelo, when he's in the same building, and we're not saying you can't be yourself to Jermell Charlo. It's just when it comes to black fighters, you all hyped up and everything. You give them all the energy ever. Why don't you give Canelo the same energy you was giving Jerry Hurd? How you were saying you would kill him and his girl. Give him that. Give him that energy. Where did that energy go? Where did the energy go when you was talking that to Adrian Broner and Gervonta Davis back there? Where's that energy at, though, that you had with Tony Harrison? We want to see that energy tomorrow when you step in the presser. Because right now, it just seems like you've been on an ass kissing tour when you meet Canelo. You've been goddamn submissive, submissive, submissive. You've been come out with lines only, Charlo, lines only, Charlo twins, lines only, Charlo twins, future boxing, all this other shit. You've been real submissive around this dude, extremely submissive. You need to change the tempo ASAP, dude. Alpha Sierra Alpha Papa ASAP. You come in there talking all low and goddamn busy turning to address Canelo by looking at him. Dude, this is going to ruin you, bro. You got to build it up. You got to go all or nothing in there with Canelo, man. You need to switch it up and make history. You need to make history by turning up the tempo. Right now, man, ain't nobody trying to come see this. That's why the tickets, man, ringside are freaking $80.03. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be sitting ringside, not even boxing fans. It's just gonna be people off the street that was passing by. Hey, I heard the tickets are $80. Is that true? Yeah, man, go on in, man. There's still some left. You know what I'm saying? The popcorn is fresh too. You know what I'm saying? And the meals are great. And grab you a beer while you at it, man. Let me give you a food voucher. They handing out food vouchers in there. Here go a food voucher. Enjoy yourself. Jamel Charlie, you got to go in there and like this, man. You got to light a motherfucking wick. You got to light the blowtorch, man. You got to start setting some fires. This submissive shit, man, your people, whoever you call your people, let's just say black people, we ain't buying it. We're not buying this submissive shit because you going in there fighting a Mexican fighter. You know what I'm saying? No. We ain't buying that shit, bro. You being all super nice to Canelo, man. No one knows that Charlo. No one knows that, and they ain't trying to get to know it. You have to boost this up to get people to want to pay for this fight, man. Right now, it is not working out. It is not happening, bro. Seriously, it's not giving us that little spark that we need. You have been known to fire off on people, green light them, get active with your mouthpiece. But now, it's just almost like we in COVID all over again. It's 2020. You got a full facial mask on, and another mask on, and another mask on, and a muzzle on top of that, and another mask, and cinch it in real tight and put a lock on the back. It's like you've been censored. Like you so passive. You know what I'm saying? Who remember this, Charlo? You afraid to piss Canelo off, nigga? Like, give him the same energy you was giving all the black fighters, man. People out here talking crazy about you right now. Like you're not even stepping up and trying to get up on the Canelo skin, man. You do remember that you and your brother did talk shit about Canelo. WCS had mentioned when I did a live how they basically zoomed in on you and your brother when y'all was at the Canelo and John Ryder fight. Go figure. And you talking about, oh, I can beat him. I can beat him. He does the same thing. He ain't changed. He does the same thing over and over again. He ain't changed. Where's that shit at right now? We need that energy. We need for you to goddamn, bring that laser from above, man. We need you to turn all the way up. For real. We need for you to do something. If you got the cojones to fuck with the flag, go in there and pin the flag on you like Crawford had those fishing nets on his outfit. You know what I'm saying? Come in with a Mexican flag. So, hey, I got my black people with me, and I got my Mexican fan base too. I'm from Texas. You forget? I got motherfucking fans over there too. You need to do something to hype it up. This shit that we seeing right here, it ain't gonna work. If you don't have no energy to really rile Canelo up, or to get the fans, or to cock your head to the freaking left side like you love doing, and talk that shit to Canelo, man, it's not gonna be good for you, bro. Seriously, I'm just saying, Jamel Charlo, Terrence Crawford gonna tear your ass up. It's not gonna be good for you. It's not. Jamel was the only fighter who walked in and didn't embrace the fans. He walked right past everybody to the stage. Man, I'm telling you, bro, them Charlos, man, that's what they do, man. They don't give a damn about no fans. They don't care. And then furthermore, what type of pay you getting? You must not give a damn about your consumers. You must not be getting nothing on the back end. Seriously. I mean, you can look if he's getting nothing but guaranteed money and Canelo getting everything on the back end or whatever. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, man. Dude up here acting like he's so standoffish and unapproachable. That's the exact same thing I was asking your brother. Like, why y'all gotta be so unapproachable? Then you just tell people you tired of you done being stupid. I haven't even looked at the freaking grand arrivals. I said, forget that. I don't want to see them grand arrivals. I don't want to see it. They have nothing for me, just based off the strength of what I just read in the chat. If that man walked in and walked past everybody, that's exactly why they ain't coming there to see you win, dog. You can't walk in there and not address the fans. I'm telling y'all, people. If Jamel Charlo really doesn't want to, up that tempo a little bit and really show out and really, get that old Charlo that we used to see and disrespect his own people, it's not gonna be good for you, man. People gonna be calling you all sorts of names, you know what I'm saying? Felines that you ain't think still existed. Oh my God. They're gonna go on goddamn National Geographic and the old Wild Kingdom series and find names for you there, Charlo. Mark my word, Charlo. Go up there and goddamn stay puckered up to Canelo. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Go in there and stay puckered up to Canelo and act like you don't want to piss him off. You know what I'm saying? And then after you lose, I'm gonna say, you know what, Crawford? Don't even fight him. Don't even fight him now. Because people are not gonna give you credit for fighting a guy who want to all of a sudden come back down here and talk shit to you. Now he want to power up. Oh, I'm gonna stay at 54 right now. Oh man, Crawford, you go over there and fight Tim Tszyu, goddammit. Fight him. You know what I'm saying? Fight him. You shouldn't have to fight me. Fight him. I told you, man, I'm busy. I got other things to do. Leave me alone. This nigga really don't care about his people, bro. He don't care about the consumers. He was putting on the front of them shows. He don't give a damn about his people. Niggas don't care about us, bro. Real talk, man. Charlotte don't give a damn about us, bro. But y'all make sure y'all copy that link. Y'all make sure y'all copy that link so we can all be tuned in tomorrow for the presser. And we're gonna have to see, you know what I'm saying, what type of lip gloss Jamel Charlo is gonna wear to the presser. You know what I'm saying? See if he's gonna wear that shiny gloss. So Canelo's like, oh, I see you put on the green, white, and red lip gloss represent Mexican colors. Yes, just for you, Nello. Just for you. Oh, I like that. Great job. You support Mexico. I support Mexico. Both of us support Mexico. Good job. But hey, man, y'all hold it down, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up as always. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-Side Official. Continue to support, man, and sub to the channel. And remember, be very cautious out there on what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Don't pay too much attention up close because that shit can give you headaches, migraines. You know what I'm saying? You get too close to it, and it can definitely make your stomach upset. You feel me? So don't digest all of it. Just take a little bit on what you need and throw the rest away, because you're gonna hear some bullshit out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay too close and let it become acquired taste. Now, I got some hitters. You know what I'm saying? Quality over quantity. I got some hitters in the chat, but y'all hold it down, man. Peace. Be safe. I'm out.
Left, jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, subscribe.